Today, I think the Holy Spirit is asking us to go out of the window. You will not find that in religion. But you will find that in the charismatic, because the one who is coming to teach today will tell you, brothers, we will all face this other side. We are not facing this side today. It's Holy Spirit talking. And if the religion is within, it is the structure of the church. The church says, let no flowers. You can't put flowers on the altar. Don't put flower on the altar during meeting. That is why the altar is there. The resemblance of that is always have that at the back of your mind. Anything that the church is going through, the religion of maybe is going through the same thing. You will find it there. And that I got my education as a priest from the being a religion. Okay? Like I used to tell the story, I don't know whether they still do it. We as intermediate were the one who go to visit the people that the priest will take communion every week. We go there, prepare them, wash their house, read papers for them, hear their stories. I don't think any of the children people are really interested. They don't know that. But that's where I got my vocation, by sitting with elders and listening to them talk. They tell you beautiful stories of life. They tell you beautiful stories about the church. We read newspaper to them, we wash their clothes, we clean their house. That was a religion work. You know how many leaders are still doing that? Visiting the elderly, spending time. What a religion work. Until we find time to go and visit the mentally derailed, the parish. I don't know whether you know parish. My parish is St. John the Evangelist. Or you say Shekine. And we will walk from there to Kaparushiki for mission work. I don't know whether you will move at all. Hospital visitation that you go around your house. Some people are even shouting over hospital visitation. To go to hospital, we go hospital visitation, we go after Askoshi. You know, if you are going to Mafuruku, you will know how far Mafuruku is from worship. We have the privilege of just walking within our own area. And we are seeing that work will be any work not done, work not done, work not done. Why is work not done? Why is work not done? Like we heard from the Legion handbook, it states that the obligation of the Legion is centered around the meeting. And that meeting is strengthening the bond. It's not to be who is weak and who is strong. The meeting is supposed to bring everybody together as a team. As a team. Therefore, the meeting is not an optional event for missionaries. It is a compulsory meeting. So it's not, oh, I will go today. Oh, I will go tomorrow. You can't do that. Because at the end of the day, because all of us are a team, we are together. The moment one person lacks, it will affect the chain and the spirit of others. So that's why you cannot afford what be there. I know that during my own time being a legionary, it was difficult to set up the book barrel. You know what they call the book barrel?
Yes, sir.
I don't know how many young people read. We had a book barrel. And the book barrel was, we had a lot of literature that when we come to meeting, we go after the week and read against the next night. So it was not just the handbook study, though we have the handbook study. Okay, so apart from an individual who has to do the handbook study, the rest of us were also to pick a book from the book barrel. They display the book at the meeting, and then we go. Like we have come for Acies like this. The general house, they may put a book barrel here and say, okay, well, there's somebody who is going to write for them when you are borrowing the book because you have to give it. From there, we are learning a lot of things about the church. I see that the learning, I don't want to use the word Gen Z because some of you are not Gen Z. I see a lot of young people who are lazy intellectually. They have a phone in their hand, that is their God business. That is the only thing they consult. What social media is. Pope Francis is there. Father, I say the president died. The president died. This is the only thing they do. Lazy intelligence. They do not understand how the church works. If you want to hear that the Francis is dead, is it social media that will tell us that the Francis is dead? That is not the way the church works. So whatever you hear from social media, be very, very what? Like I said, many of you use your phones as your Lord and Master. Some people cannot run away from their phone. But one day they must look at it. And you see the way what is happening now is that people are knocking out books like this, and they are picking up social media phone. Recently I read whether it's in Switzerland, in one country, they are regretting the fact that they took out books. They computerized everything, so they were telling the children who don't need books to go to school anymore. But now they are regretting it. They are regretting it. We are moving towards that era where people will not see book as anything relevant. Like I said, during my own time, a lot of things were there for us. I have my digital handbook. I still have it. And it was given to me. My mom was a missionary, but my dad was a church worker. Almost every one of us in my intermediate presidium, one brother bought a handbook for every one of us. Of what relevance is a missionary without their handbook? Many of you have handbook. Just like somebody who dey mass class, he no get textbook. Abeg, how you dey do the mass? You dey memorize the mass, you dey go somewhere for inside there. Your handbook, the way it is to guide you every time. It's not only when you are going for religion meeting. It's not a Bible. You know, Catholics only pick up their Bibles when they are going for prayer meeting. That's when when there is a trouble or problem, that's when they go and carry Bible. Let's go and do that. Reading of the Bible is not a culture that some of us have naturally. I'm saying these things because they are robbing us off of the best of us. They are robbing us off of the best time with the Lord. And when you don't have the best time with the Lord, how can you be under the commandment? The Bible says, Mary pondered everything in her heart every time. You know what it means to ponder? It's to constantly put something before you. This thing that the Lord has done, what is it about? Every minute, when she's cooking, she's thinking about it. When she's sleeping, she's thinking, is that the kind of life? If you are not as good as the commander, how can you support the commander? You open heart to the Lord. Attack. It's not as if you cannot defend yourself. Don't forget, missionaries are soldiers of who? But soldiers of who? And that is why the Acies, this ceremony is structured in the Roman God program. The centurions, the soldiers, come and renew their legends to their what? To their order. You see the exhibit, the way it is. That is something close to the Roman signal, standard that they carry. And you see that the soldiers do that from time to time to say, Ogunyase, we recognize you, sir. We are loyal. But in your heart, are you really loyal? That's what you should ask yourself. This is not just an empty ceremony. It is very important that, especially for these young ones, they explain it before today to them. the importance. Why do I need to go to an Acies ceremony? I don't want to dwell too much on the Acies ceremony, even though it is taking place now. But this primary obligation has to do with what? Meeting. And in that meeting, whenever we come together, it is our strength. It is our strength. That's why we will not be able to find anyone who has any weakness, because we are standing together. We are not standing as individuals. Ensuring that you as a missionary do not fail your meeting is very important. Just like it's also important that you do not fail in doing your work, reporting done. And then I remember also, when we had, I've always been very grateful to God for, I had people who were ahead of me, or who were leaders, who were exemplary. That was one thing that stood out for me as a leader. I had leaders who were exemplary. Sometimes they take us to work with them. Maybe, but now I think I remember in one parish, they told me, okay, they were doing part of in their work, they said church cleaning. They said church cleaning. So now I said, what is church cleaning? I don't know whether you have it in your work. I said, what is church cleaning? They can't explain to me what is church cleaning. You are assigning somebody to church cleaning. What will church cleaning mean? Because when you say church cleaning, there are different aspects of the church to be cleaned. Either you are cleaning the sanctuary, you are cleaning the windows, you are cleaning the pews, you are cleaning the compound, you are cleaning the toilet. To clean water is stated there. Some work is stated there to clean the water. But when you use the word church cleaning, it becomes too vague. And then you are asking yourself, what work will church cleaning do? To make matters worse, somebody will come, he's doing church cleaning, let's say the meeting is going to be by 5. He will come, run in around 4 o'clock. By 4:30, he will clean 1, 2, 3. There is no moving work. Are you serious? 1, 2, 3 pews. That's church cleaning. And he will run back and say, work done. How many pews did he clean? 3. Work done. When I was working with my president, he would clean this entire pew and clean windows for church cleaning. I'm saying this because there's a whole lot of the laziness that is coming even in working for our lady. If you know you cannot do it, it's not by force. But don't come and do those things. I'm doing church cleaning. We take our time. You see, what is one doing is what doing well. The way you do these things is also the way you do your own things. And when you do them after there's a result. The result may not be that, but you say you want to iron your clothes, you don't do like this. When you wear and they say, okay, did you iron this cloth? And then you say, why are you asking me? I iron. Do you iron this cloth? Because if you iron the cloth, you put that down where iron and set the gate. You can't do things after and still want to please. It's not possible. So in doing some of our things and doing some of our work, we must understand that maybe our mother is always there. You know what a mother, how a mother will be watching it there, go and sweep this thing, you just look at it. This boy don't need better. How can you ask this young man to go and sweep? I don't feel better. See the way he's holding you. He doesn't even like wiper. Is that how we sing? And the mother said, okay, let's not have to sweep. It is very important, therefore, that the meeting is not just there for catering. It is there for a purpose, and that purpose is to strengthen each other. Is to strengthen the bond that exists between us and the commander. We get instruction from the meeting, we get encouragement from the meeting. And sometimes we get scolded at the meeting. So the meeting is all about looking out for your what? Your brother or your sister. If somebody has done well, let us all be happy. Let us encourage them. When you have not done well, it's not between you and me. It is also to be able to say, I think brother, you could have done better in that situation. It's not that, don't come and take my work. Since that my work behind your problem, come and take it. Let me do so that I will do your work. There's no need to fight. There's no need to. Somebody is telling you that report of the work you are giving to us, if you are done this, go fight them. Go fight them. So it is our responsibility, my dear brothers and dear sisters, that we uphold what the religion stands for. The religion stands for unity. Anytime, any day. Unity of purpose, unity of intention. And that is where we rise from. Each time we rise from that meeting, we come out with the same objective. We will continue to be grateful to Frank Duff as a lay person who took the initiative of organizing the presidency of 1911 and 1921, that he gathered a few friends just to make us progress. Start of this. And with time, look at those things become a very strong society in the church. A very strong society in the church. And so for me going forward, all those times I look forward to going to meetings. I know the feeling meeting. I make sure that I'm at meeting because I get to see friends, we get to talk. The meeting is life. The meeting is beautiful. This one will be Dutch meeting. You know the Dutch meeting. If you see my house to my church is from like this is the church. I walk from where is Glencoe? Glencoe. Yes. After Glencoe, you know that physio fit. You know what they call it? That there are women come. That distance to the church is my house. And I still want to call for it. I'm happy. Running and coming for it. I'm not coming to a meeting to see. If my meeting is a difficult meeting to have, it's never work. Like I said, I have very elderly people or leaders who were very inspirational, who were very exemplary. They will never come late. Even to set the meeting. My president may be there, he will not set the meeting, but somebody has been assigned to set the meeting. He will be the one calling the president. Let me see how you set the meeting. And the meeting is set 30 minutes before the meeting. 30 minutes. So you can imagine what are we doing with 30 minutes when we are sitting with him. He's gisting us. He's gisting us. He's asking us about school. How was school today? When was the last time you went to catechism class? When was this? He gets to meet all of us. He gets to talk with us. That was very encouraging. And so this is the responsibility that you must grasp. Looking out for each other and being there for each other. Let the meeting be like, let the meeting not be toxic. So that people will not say, I'm not coming to meeting. So that I will come and meeting you. I'm not coming. Every time it's always like this. I might be doing it. Don't make the meeting be toxic. Make it live. Make it appealing so that people can come and they can do it. They can feel safe. They can be happy. Unfortunately, these children, very little things come them in know. So you have to be sensitive to them because their generation is a different generation. The way you are seeing things is not the way they see things. The moment they see things differently, they will influence others. I don't see what that brother is saying. Why is it only for people? Because we are sitting together. You know, there are some people, when they go to meet, they will always sit together. And brother and brother, when they sit together and announce, so we separate them. The other one he doesn't like us. That's why he's separating us. So let us make sure that what we do as members of the leader or the presidium, different presidium, is to ensure that we bond, whether we are old or we are young, that we bond. Let that meeting be a strength for us. Let it be a place where people will find encouragement and they will find joy in serving the Lord. May the Lord bless His word in our hearts, we guys. So we